Hi guys, welcome to my Vlogmas video in the freezing cold. Okay, so let me tell you guys how cold it actually is out today. It is so cold that the little thing that I put my phone on the windshield will not adhere to it. It's like, nuh-uh, this is too cold, and keeps dropping my phone. So I have you guys nestled between the windshield and the dashboard somehow, because it's like a Wrangler and there's like this little dip in the center, and normally I have a thing, but it's just not happening today. That's how cold it is. It's so cold that you guys just fell face first into the dashboard. Do you guys remember these sunglasses that I bought a long time ago at the Dollar Tree? I found them again today and I was like, oh my god, I just love those. These are like some of my very favorite glasses. They make me feel like I'm about to drive into the 1950s, which makes me really happy, because I feel like if I was alive during the 1950s, oh my god, I would have been so fabulous. What is your favorite era of decades? Like, you know, Victorian times, or actually, I mean, this is really random, but since I'm vlogging, I might as well just, I guess, talk about it. When I was a little girl, like up until the age of around 5, I distinctly remember that I had dreams over and over again. And actually what made me think of it is this curl right here. That's the curl that made me think of it, and I had to tell you guys the story because I'm not a natural redhead. I'm sure you guys realize that. But if I was born in the 40s, which is kind of like, I think maybe the 40s are my favorite clothing era, because I love 1940s silk, velvet, everything. But going back to my whole story that I want to tell you guys, when I was little, like at the age of 3, 4, 5, I remember distinctly when my mom would wake me up, I would be like, when I would wake up from sleeping, I would always have these dreams that I was dancing at this big like ball, like in this big like huge room, lots of people were dancing, and I was dressed sort of Victorian. I mean, looking back, I was on some sort of like huge gala in like, I guess, Victorian times in my dream, and I had curly hair like this. And it's always been like, I have tried for years to attain this color. And as I'm getting older, I have finally achieved it. I've had lots of shades of color. I've had my hair black and white. I've had it lots of different reds. But I guess because as I'm getting older, my hair is getting a little more, I think, porous. It sucks the color up more. So I guess it's thirsty for something. It wants youth, I think. But yeah, so I would dream about it. And I remember like, I would be telling my mom, I was dancing, and I would describe it to her, and I would like tell her I was dancing with a man, and I had curly hair. I would be like, I had curls like this, Mom, and I remember always doing that, like, you know, those kind of curls, really cool curls that I don't have those naturally. And I had red hair, Mom, and I was dancing, and my mom would be like, that never happened, you're a little girl. And I'm like, no, when I was a big girl, I did it. I did it when I was a big girl before, and that I am now. And she would freak out and tell me not to talk about it. But I think that when I was little, I don't know. I know this might make you guys be like, click, she's crazy. But I am convinced, even now as an adult, that I was dreaming of like another lifetime. I don't know, do you guys believe in that? Like, I could have just seen a TV show that really struck a nerve inside of me, and it triggered something that didn't happen. Who knows? But to this day, I still remember those dreams really vividly, and I remember talking about them. Like, I should have been a 1950s, 60s, 70s. I mean, I love the 80s, don't get me wrong, and I was obviously alive in the 80s, but I feel like I've really missed my decade, because I think that if I had been alive, do you guys ever wonder about that? Like what you would have been like? I would have been totally an awesome hippie. I mean, like, it goes without saying. I would have been a great hippie, but I would have been a really cool, like, 1950s chick. I like that. I don't know. Well, I can't bake. We figured that out. So maybe not the 50s. But the 60s, yes. And I mean, I was born if I was like a teenager in the 70s. Or then, yeah, or like the 20s. Oh my God, if I was born in the 20s, I would definitely have been in trouble. I would have been bad, I'm sure of that. I'm actually on my way to find my son gamer headphones, because as if I didn't spend enough on my kid. He told me the other day that I don't know how to buy headphones, and I always buy him the baby kind, and he has a large face and head, and he needs adult-sized headphones. I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming it means with lots of zeros at the end of them. So I'm gonna be maybe going to GameStop and just being at the mercy of the people there, because it's a crunch thing, a time crunch thing. So I'm gonna try to get him his headphones, and hopefully they're not a fortune, hide them somewhere in the truck, which won't be hard, because it's actually not crazy full in here, you guys. Look, see, I'm really not a hoarder. That's an empty bin, and see that? That's just the sign that, there's just that one sign that I got from Michael's that has been in my back seat. Well, guys, it's nighttime now. I'm sure you noticed. I was headed to GameStop, and my car took a pit stop and went to the Dollar Tree, and I got really wrapped up in the Dollar Tree because I realized that I found a third Flesh palette, eyeshadow palette, and I didn't even know that it existed, because it has the identical packaging to the first one that I found, the Starlight eyeshadow palette. On the outside, it looks exactly the same, but when you open it up on the inside, there's different colors in there. And only because somebody had left one of the palettes open did I even realize it, or I would have just thought that it was the same thing, which is pretty amazing. So needless to say, I'm going to GameStop right now, and then, or did I go the wrong way? I think I went the wrong way. I do remember that before I ended up running into the Dollar Tree, I was telling you guys the story about how when I was really young, I dreamt that I was this adult Victorian woman. And sometimes I think that it was like my past life, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I do actually, whenever I see my hair curly like that, remember that dream. That's what made me tell you guys the story. I'm going to run into GameStop, and then I'm going to try to get my son to agree to come out with me and do some Christmas light hunting, because I love to do that during the holiday season, but it is so cold that he might not agree to it. He might be like, I'm totally over it, Mom. Let's see though. I'm going either way. So the long and short of it is that I did go to GameStop, and I wasn't able to find headphones because they're pretty much sold out everywhere. A whole day of trying to find my son's headphones. It turns out I'm going to be getting them on Amazon because they're all sold out of GameStop. Okay guys, so we're at another Christmas house. I'm gonna flip the camera over and show you how they decorated their home, but I just love these gigantic deer. They're so pretty. Their house is really beautiful, so nicely decorated. It's like classic on this side. As you walk a little further past the beautiful snowman and the gorgeous, look at how beautiful these plastic gifts are. They're fantastic. But then look at all of this they have going on. It's so cool. And it's actually to music, but we can't hear it because you won't be able to see it if I go in the car, which is kind of defeating the whole purpose, but you guys get it. I'm gonna try to find a better one tomorrow because this is so cool. I love it. Look at this house, you guys. I was just driving home and I saw their gorgeous nativity and their trees, but then they have something I've never seen before, and they have a lot of them. They're so cool. They're like these little snow village bubbles in every window. Aren't those cool? I've never seen anything like that before. They have them in every single window in their house. They must have found those on clearance somewhere. I don't know. But they either really love those or they got a great deal on them. But this is a very intriguing looking house. They have a tree on the outside. Super cool.
I just had to share that last little house with you guys because it is a little tacky, but kind of cool in its own tacky little way. I'm going to show you guys really quickly the lights one more time and say thank you guys for humoring me and all my zany stories. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, guys, stay safe and stay savvy. Bye-bye.